How would you like to achieve a professional looking studio with lighting like this for just over £100? Stay tuned and I'll show you how. So lighting is really important when it comes to these situations where it's just a camera and a talking head. You wouldn't believe the difference it makes. I'm going to show you an example of how much of a difference it really makes, and then I'll show you around my studio. It's not very big, but I'll show you around and I'll show you how I've got my lighting set up, just so you can get a good idea of how to replicate it yourself. Like I said in the intro, just over £100 for all of my lighting setup, and I'll show you exactly where you can get those from, and I'll post links in the description below as well. So this is what it looks like with just the ceiling light on in my studio. So I've got no lighting on whatsoever, just the ceiling light, and as you can see, it doesn't really give a fantastic image. It certainly doesn't light me up, and it doesn't look very professional. Now this is what it looks like with the what we call a key light. So this is the main light which sits behind the camera, and I'll show you what it looks like, and it lights me up. So this is the most important light, the light that brings me into focus. I've still got the ceiling light on, but you can see already the massive improvement that it makes just by having this light on. It lights my face up and you can actually see me. Now there's not really much contrast between me and the background at the moment, so you're not really getting that depth of field effect. So what we'll do first is we switch off the ceiling light. So this is what it looks like with the ceiling light switched off, but the key light's still on. Now obviously things are looking a bit gloomy in the background, so we then turn to light number 2, which is my backlight. Now you don't have to choose a coloured backlight. I just quite like the idea of having a coloured backlight. So straight away what that's doing is that's creating slight more depth of field. You can see that it's lighting up this area here and also just filling that horrible black space in the background. Depending on what mood I'm in, depends what colour I choose, but at the moment I tend to go for pinky purpley colour. Now light number 3 is just going to create a little bit more light over here, so it just kind of opens it all up a bit. So there we go, so that's light number 3. It just brings a bit of contrast to the second light, and it also just lights up this area just over here. So again, it just creates more contrast between me, the focus subject, and the background. So we've got the umbrella set up just here, which you can pick up from Amazon for £18. And that is sat on the tripod here, which you can see, which you can again pick up from Amazon for around about £17. And then this is the main light here. This is my key light here. Now this was £35 from Amazon, which is not too bad value for money. It is a bi-colour light, so that means you can adjust it by pushing this button here, so you can adjust the Kelvin to make it more white light or more of a warm light, and also you can change the percentage like so to bring it down, make it darker or brighter. So this is the RGB light, which you can pick up from B&Q. This is around about £22, and like I showed you before, you can actually change the colour depending on the mood that you're in for this light. And this is just a cheap £10 light which I picked up from B&Q, which has just a little gel on the front of it. I've gone for a purple gel because I quite like the colour purple. You can pick these gels up for next to nothing on Amazon, just a couple of quid depending on what colour you want to go for. And I've just attached it on here and had it just shining up on the wall there. So there you have it. That's how you can achieve a setup like this in your studio for just over £100. I hope today's video was helpful, guys. If it was, hit that like button, subscribe and share with everybody. Post a comment down below. And until the next time, take care.